It's Friday, and I'm ready to sing. Pick up my girl and hit the party scene tonight. Oh, it's alright. That's my jam right there. Some Aaliyah for you. Welcome to Average Money Works. Hope you're having a good Friday, a good week, ready for the weekend. If you're in the stock market, today is payday. Every day is payday. Every Friday is definitely payday. I'm going to show you guys my account right now. If you guys aren't in the stock market, there's a link down below. Click that link, create an account, you get a free stock. If you're not in my Facebook group, there's a link for that down below as well. Make sure you guys click that link. I just put a poll out there. I might be doing these videos on live stream, and then later I'll be uploading them on YouTube as I've been doing. But basically seeing who would actually tune into the live streams, and if you have any questions, that would be the perfect time to ask those questions, and I'll answer that for you right there. So let me know what you guys think about that. Leave it down in the comments. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, because those live streams will be private, so you're gonna need the link to get access to that. So make sure you guys are subscribed, you're in the Facebook group. That way you can get that link and you guys can ask me all the questions that you want to related to the stock market. But let's get right into this one. I didn't do anything in the stock market except for two things. I sold $50 worth of Bitcoin and I bought more DraftKings. So I'm gonna go back right here. As you can see, if my DraftKings, I'm up $8, but I have 4 shares now. So if you look at last week, I had 2 shares of DraftKings, but I was down $14, as you can see right there. So you're probably wondering, how did you get up $8 all of a sudden? So this is what happened, right? Let me go to DraftKings real quick. I'm gonna scroll down, and when I bought 2 shares of DraftKings was $53.46 a share. So with those 2 shares, if I only owned those 2 shares, I would still be down about $2 about. But what I did was, DraftKings was down, and this is why I was saying, when things get lower in price, that's when you buy more, because DraftKings went down to about $45.96. It went a little bit lower, but it started coming back up, so I decided to buy 2 more shares, and now DraftKings is $51.95 for 1 share. So those 2 shares that I bought, the 2 shares that I bought at $45 are now up $6 each. So that's a total of $12 profit on those 2 shares. These 2 shares, I'm only down $2 each. So that gives me a total profit of almost $9. So just for waiting a little bit longer when it drops in price to buy more shares, now I'm in the green on here. So I'm actually up money. I'm up money now on DraftKings. So like I said, we're buying this for the long term. I'm not selling these things. When it goes on sale, which is basically when it drops, that's a good time to buy. If I go over the last week right here, you can see. Actually, let me go over the last month, right? So this was up here when I bought it at 53. Then it came all the way down here to 44.91, and then it started coming back up. That's when I was like, I'm gonna buy some more, because it reached the bottom. If you want to get really, really technical to determine when would it be a good time to buy, I actually put this right here. I drew this line, so if you're familiar at all with charts, or you're not, and you actually want to get to know how to read charts or understand charting, like I said, leave those in the comments below. On the live streams, you can ask me any questions that you want. But basically, stocks, they have trends, right? So if you look right here, it's kind of like hit this line, and I was expecting it to hit this line again before it goes back up. It didn't quite hit it, but I also have this thing down here called the RSI, and basically every time it goes below this dotted line, that's a good time to buy some shares. If it goes close to the dotted line, also a good time to buy. Good time to buy was right here too. And right here, it was pretty much close to a good time to buy, so I bought 2 more shares, and like I said, now I'm up. So, or if you want to be short term, you can sell them at these levels. So once it hits here, this would be like a resistance level. So I got too many lines here, but let me get rid of these lines right here. All right, so these are my lines right here. If it hit this line, I'm gonna buy some more shares. If it hit this line, buy some more shares. Basically, whenever it hits this line, I'm gonna buy some more shares. If it hits this line and comes down, you could sell your shares and then wait for it to come down again and then buy all your shares back. That way you can collect all the profit possible. But like I said, we're doing this for the long term. We're trying to hold these shares and just build our position in DraftKings. So we're just holding, Every time it comes down to a cheaper price, we're going to buy it. If you're a trader, not an investor, that's when you would sell it here or sell it here. But we're just trying to buy these for a while, so we're going to hold these for at least a year and see what DraftKings looks like in a year. So that's my DraftKings position. So I went from down $14 to up $8, $9 in 1 week just because I bought 2 shares at a cheaper price. So that just goes to show you how much money you can make in the stock market. Basically, that was a $22 gain. I have $200 in there, so I took $200 and made 22, essentially. The other position that I did was Bitcoin. So if you look right here, I'm up $88 on Bitcoin, which is amazing, you know, because I have right now it says 157. If I look at Bitcoin last week, let me go down to my transactions. So on December 18th, I bought $100 worth of Bitcoin. Bitcoin was trading at $22,000 for 1 coin. Then it went up to 28 and I bought $99.99. It was supposed to be 100 flat, but it came out to 28. Remember, it came out to 99.99, but it was right here. And then when I was up $50 on Bitcoin, I sold $55 worth of Bitcoin. So I made $55 worth of profit. And basically what I'm doing is slowly taking away the $200 that I put in. So eventually, if I keep doing this and Bitcoin keeps going up, I'll end up taking out my whole $200 and my equity is going to stay the same because I'm keeping the money that I'm leaving in there. So right now I have $245 worth of Bitcoin in there, but only $157 of that money is actually my money that I entered, that I used to enter this position. And the reason why this is lower than this is because I did that transaction of selling $55 worth of Bitcoin. So when my total return equals $100, I'm going to withdraw another $50. So it's going to lower my cost. So I'm going to have less money in Bitcoin, but my equity is going to stay the same because Bitcoin keeps going up. So if I go to look at last week, which was when I bought Bitcoin, when I sold that $55, Bitcoin was trading at $31,000 for 1 Bitcoin. And just in 1 week, it's up to almost $40,000. It actually went past $40,000 earlier today, but it came back down. So it's going up and down. But as you can see, it's on this uptrend. So it's going to continue this uptrend for a little bit. So like I said, we're just looking to shave profits as we go along, basically, aka gradually take our money out and make this a free position. So if I can do this 3 more times, then I'll be able to take my whole $200 out. So I won't have any money in there. My equity will stay the same around $200 because that's the profit that I'm in. And then this is a free position. So I'm going to have none of my money in Bitcoin, but I'm going to have a position still in Bitcoin. So still opportunity to make money without any of my money being in there. So that's the plan with Bitcoin. So if you have a small account and you can't afford a Bitcoin, or you don't want to put all your money into Bitcoin because it goes up and down too much for you, this is a perfect strategy. This is the strategy that I'm doing. So that's just where I'm at. I'm waiting for this to reach 100. I'm going to sell $50 more and just lower my cost. In the meantime, that way I'm always in Bitcoin and also always taking profits. So those are my positions. Those are the 2 things that I did this week in the stock market. Everything else, I kind of stay the same. I'm up a good amount on UNH. AT&T's kind of staying around the same, but I'm in that for the dividend. So this is my credit spread. It's doing good. As you can see, the lower that this price gets, that's when I make my money. So right now I'm up 31% or $11. So if I was to close this right now, I would have made $11 off of this position. And then my Apple Play, it's basically around the same where I'm at, but this is a very long-term position. This option doesn't expire until 2022. So we got a lot of time on this one. So I'm just holding that for the long term, at least till June or July, and we'll see where it's at that point. But Apple, definitely expecting that to go up. Actually, I need to go here to Apple's chart. You know, over the next 3 months, if it stays along this path, you know, it was at 124, 108, and now it's at 136, and now it's at 132. So if it continues that trend, it should be up another $10 to $20 within the next 3 to 6 months. And that's when I'm looking to collect my profit, take that money, pay some debt, pay myself, and reinvest it into something else. So if you guys have any questions on any of that, leave it in the comments down below. Make sure you guys click those links and join those pages, create an account, answer the poll, and I'll see you guys on Monday. All right then, peace.